Good evening. Good evening. It's Joy from Prescription Fitness Lady, and I am trying something new this evening. I have been at work all day, 12 hours, and it's getting very close to Thanksgiving, so I want to jump on here and share some tips for a COVID-19 safe fellowship with your friends and family this Thursday. So, all day today, I got several phone calls about COVID testing. And unfortunately, at the place where I work, we do not give COVID testing, but I did know where to direct them locally. If you have questions about that, I will answer those outside of this live post. But for tonight, before I turn in, I want to go over a few tips that can help us out for Thursday. So the first one, which I guess is the most common thing that was going on today and a little bit yesterday, but heavily today, is to get a COVID test. It's really too late in the game for COVID testing for a number of reasons, but it will make you feel more comfortable and your family more comfortable if you get a test before you go. But because of delayed positive results, it might not mean a thing by the time you actually get to your Thanksgiving dinner. But if you want to do it, that's always a good step. Number 2, I made a little list over here. Before you go to your family gathering, do your own checks. So you can do a temperature check. Make sure your temperature is not 100.4. Check for symptoms, coughing, flu-like, headaches, loss of smell, loss of taste, unusual fatigue, muscle aches, all that good stuff. If it just all of a sudden came on, you might want to stay home. Alrighty, wear a mask. I'm going to look at my list and make sure I don't forget anything. Wear a mask. That's what we're all doing. But wear your mask correctly over your nose and your mouth, not down here so you can breathe, and definitely not as a chin strap, which so many people like to do when they're talking to me at the pharmacy. Pull it down. No need for that. We can hear through the mask. You'll be able to hear your friends and family through the mask. Leave it up over your nose and over your mouth. All right. What else do we have? Oh, I also want to tell you about face shields, because some of you have face shields. That's an option. You can get double protection, wear it over your mask, or you can wear your face shield and leave the mask, and that's it. All right. Number 4, social distancing. Stay 6 feet apart if you can. I know everybody doesn't have huge spaces where they'll be fellowshipping, but try to maintain your social distancing at all times. Wash your hands frequently in warm water. And you know my tip, sing the happy birthday song while you are washing your hands. That should last for about 20 seconds. In addition, keep hand sanitizer on hand. Even though you're going to be washing your hands, people are going to hug you and touch you and all of that. And so you can keep hand sanitizer on as a second point of protection. All right, keep it in your purse, keep it in your pocket. For the fellas, keep it in your pocket. All right, let's see. I'm moving down the list. All right, now we're getting to Thanksgiving Day specific, in addition to what we're already doing every day in our lives. If you can, set up tables outside. I realize the weather might not permit for that wherever you are, but if the weather is good, or if you have big garages or outside spaces that you can set stuff up that's covered, then set up outside. Once you are outside, a good idea is to eat with your bubble. So even though your aunt and uncle and all of that is there, the people who live together, the people who are in the house together without mask on all the time, it would be a good idea for you all to eat together. So I'm sitting at a table right now. My crew might be down here, and then 6 feet down there might be another crew. We're still fellowshipping. We're still having a good time. Now, if you do not have outside capabilities, on the inside, a few things you can do. You can open the windows to get air circulating. You can still eat in bubbles. So maybe one family eats in the dining room, one in the kitchenette, one in the den. If it's allowed in the house, one in the living room. If it's weather permitting, on the deck, under the garage, whatever you have access to. Okay? If you don't have a lot of space, you can consider those who can wait eating in shifts. So even though you're all in the house, you can one family eat, or 2 rooms at a time. Eat, hurry up, do what you need to do, move on to the other family. All right. Now, fixing the food. Unless you have one person serving the food, it's not going to be healthy. So the best thing would be to get throwaway gloves and let everybody get a pair of gloves to serve with the serving utensils and the condiments if you're going to be using them. And then when you're done with the fixing your plate, you can get rid of the gloves. Now, I may have skipped some things. Oh, now I'm not up for this, but it is being recommended. So as a trusted professional, I wanted to include it. You could bring your own food. But part of the joy of Thanksgiving is getting the food that everybody fixed. But you could bring your own food for your particular family. If you are going to be doing potluck like most people probably do, you could bring your own dishes, or alternatively use throwaway dishes, silverware, cups, things of that nature. All right, let's see. What did we forget? Oh, yes. Some people will be drinking the spirits probably before dinner, probably after dinner. I would encourage you to use a straw so you're not pulling down repeatedly, especially if you're going to be drinking all day. And while you're drinking, try not to get to a point where you lose sight of your good judgment, because you can start doing too much talking, letting your mask come down too far. You just might not be paying attention to people who are having symptoms. And that brings me to my last and final point, which is if you stumble across people having symptoms or starting to show symptoms, coughing uncontrollably, anything like that, flu-like symptoms or whatever, that is probably your cue to wrap it up and call it a Thanksgiving Day. So that's everything I had. To recap, COVID test, I'm looking at my list, temperature check, symptom check, wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands, keep sanitizer on hand, set up outside if you can, eat with your bubble only, use gloves to fix your plate, open the windows in the house. What else did we say? Use straws to drink the spirits, stay away from people with symptoms, and don't get drunk and lose sight of your good judgment. All right, that's all I have. I hope y'all have a wonderful, blessed, enjoyable Thanksgiving Thursday. I'm Joy from Prescription Fitness Lady. Most oftentimes, I help professional time press people lose weight by living healthy and active with workouts that do not take a long time, nor do you have food restrictions. That is what I do here at Prescription Fitness Lady. Thank you for your time. Y'all have a happy, wonderful Thanksgiving. If somebody you know needs these tips, or if your family is going to be meeting up with a lot of people, you can share this video with your family. But most importantly, you take heed to the tips and be as safe as possible. Y'all have a good night.